What's going on, guys? How y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. I've been running. I just got in. I'm trying to keep these things on point to where I get on at 8 o'clock. Itzy, I need you to move the camera, though. It's not centered very well. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, yeah, here we are. I'm trying to make these things at 8 o'clock every Sunday, weekly recap. So, thank all you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys had a great Father's Day. I just had dinner with my dad here earlier and got back in here. So, how's the audio? How's the audio? How's the sound? How is everything? And I actually just got in here. I was at the dealership a few minutes ago. I had to go open up and give Chris some keys. There you is. How y'all doing? There. Perfect. How's everything sound? Everything sounds good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let me get everything situated over here on my end. There he is. What's up, Dustin? How you doing? They end up buying that Porsche? Dustin was selling a Porsche. Good deal. What was the name of that dealership again? You said they were online? Or they post a lot of videos or something? Doty. Let's look them up. Let's see, I'm typing them into YouTube. Here we go. So I'm assuming this is the place, right? Is this them? Oh, man, that's a lot of subscribers over here. 125,000 subscribers. Man, imagine if I had that many. Y'all wouldn't know what to do with me. I'd be wilding out. I don't think I got enough money for that yet. Too many people trying to sell me cars. That's awesome. Doty Auto Sales. Let's check out one of their shorts. What they do, like car reviews or something? Yeah, that's buying Porsches from people. Yeah, Dustin just sold his Porsche to him. What's up, Reggie? Yeah, hopefully. Like I always say, I never really care about I don't really care about the subscriber follower count. It's just if I had that many subscribers, I'd be having way too many people try to sell me cars, and I would not have enough money for that. Let's see. Why is there no music? Okay, that's a little weird. Let's see.
Houston, Texas, and I'm set next to a 930 turbo. This was the owner. How long have you owned the car for? 1995, so I guess 30 years. And in those 30 years, what can you say is your favorite memory of the car?
T.
My girls up for date night for their birthday.
All right.
You know, that sort of
That's a pretty good video.
Well, then when did you find it?
Thank you. Thank you. Hope all you guys, if you guys are fathers out there, happy Father's Day. We just got back from. I took my dad out to go eat dinner with the family. Then I had to run to the car dealership because Chris from Send It Performance, you've seen him, the kid. He has a car with us and locked the keys in his car, and they helped me out a lot. And so I just went to the dealership and unlocked it for him so he gets some keys. So barely just made it back in time. But yeah, pretty cool place. So these guys buy a lot of Porsches and stuff, huh? What's up, Richie? How you doing?
Price drop. I cannot believe I'm doing this. This is the cheapest Porsche 911 slatless conversion that you will find. A 1974.
Cool.
911, all steel,
You know,
wide body.
the thing about Porsches, we had a, this was a nightmare Porsche that I had. I had a Porsche back when I really first started selling cars with my dad. We had a what year was it? 1982, I think. 1982. Nice, been so long. Let's see if I can find a picture of something like that. 1982, 1984 Porsche 928, which when that Porsche came out, that was the most expensive Porsche ever to hit the market. Biggest MSRP. Fun fact. But anyways, that car right there was one of those cars that just would not want to leave. Yeah, it was 1982. It was a front engine V8 Porsche. I mean, really cool concept, but that thing did not want to leave the dealership. You think my Thunderbird's bad? This Porsche was even worse. Can you turn down the AC? It was just such a nightmare. It was a one-owner car. It had like 60,000 miles on it. It was actually the most viewed car I've ever had at the time on our website. It had like 20,000 views just on our website before we started posting and stuff online. And any time I was this close to selling it, something would break. Something would always break. And it'd sit there. We had it for like 4 years, 5 years, and it was really great shape. It looks like this.
Yeah.
It looks like this car.
I didn't know that.
And it was in really great shape. And just from having it for so long, the Texas sun killed it. So the paint started fading, the interior started cracking. So after 5 years, it turned into a big old turd. And I finally, it was a one-owner car. And I finally had somebody come down, cash in hand, ready to buy it, parked it on the showroom. They go to pull it out. The car wouldn't go more than 5 miles an hour. I said, you gotta be kidding me. So obviously they didn't buy it. And I take it down to the mechanic, and one of the wires got busted. So just had to change the wire, started running perfect, but obviously he didn't want to buy the car after that. So then I think we had it for like another year, and we ended up taking it to a auction just to unload it. And when we went to that auction, that's how my dad ended up buying his Mustang, because we went to that auction to unload our Porsche, and he fell in love with the Mustang that's in our showroom. So that's how we ended up with our 65 Mustang. But yeah, this thing right here was a nightmare to unload. So I have PTSD from older Porsches. And well, my dad's got a 99 911, and just servicing that thing's expensive.
Hi guys, happy Father's Day to all of the who are daddies. Happy Father's Day.
Man, it's almost like you don't know English.
I get nervous. I get nervous. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm camera shy.
Hey, Reggie spelled your name right.
Oh, nice. We are first.
Every time somebody spells Itzy, they always use some weird, different ways, which is a unique name, actually. But Father's Day card ever. Yeah, for real. We were like a father to that car. But yeah, a lot of stuff happened this week. I got some really cool YouTube videos coming out in the works. One's coming out hopefully Wednesday, Thursday. I'm trying to get more consistent on when I post videos. Like I randomly posted a video today on a negotiation on a 69 Corvette. I don't think I've ever really posted on a Sunday, but I tried that. What's up, the Red 69 Corvette? Did you make a deal? No, I didn't. So the last Sunday live stream, he was in the chat. His name's Guy. He's a subscriber. He was in our last live stream. Maybe he's watching now. I kept telling him to sell me his car in the live stream. But no, we did not make a deal on it. It looked like a really good car. But yeah, I'll tell you guys what's going on this past week and what we got coming up. But I'm in my website right now. I just got some messages. What ended up happening with that white truck to Mexico? To be honest with you, Dustin, I haven't really paid attention to it. That's more Itzy's line of the business.
Oh, so Mr. Bobby called him not that long ago because he had a car payment and he said he was gonna pay the 14, but I called him and he didn't answer, so I don't think he's gonna make the payments anymore. It was just a matter of time before he was like,
But
fuck them.
Anything from the cops or anything?
No, nothing from the police report. The GPS still showed that the car is in Mexico, so.
Maybe Itzy sold it to one of her family members. Can you go get me a witch hazel?
Yes.
Thing? Thank you. But yeah, we take losses. It's nothing new on the buy here, pay here side. So that's why I'm not really too I mean, it sucks for sure, but I'm used to it by now. Excuse. Sorry, guys. About to freshen up for a second. Witch hazel. Very good. Like I said, I've been running around. I was at the dealership, so my forehead looks all shiny. Take all the oil off and dirt. Yeah, well, that's buy here, pay here customers for you. What is a good email that I can email you? I'll type it in chat. Thank you, babe. My email is. Hopefully, we can copy and paste this.
We wanted to invite Mr. Bobby to the live stream since it's Father's Day, but he ate too much and he got a tummy ache.
Yeah, he ate way too many oysters.
We ate, between him and I, we ate 2 dozens of oysters. So I was feeling sick. I was starting to feel sick. And he was already falling asleep in the car. So he couldn't be here today. One of these days we're gonna invite him, so we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, he goes into food comas. Yeah, we want to get him on here, but seasick, I hate seafood. Yeah, I don't like seafood at all either. Actually, the only fish I can really tolerate is black and redfish. Black and redfish is about the only one. And I mean, we live right here on the ocean. You'd think I would like fish and stuff, but I've always hated it. Never liked it. But yeah, I wish I could have worked something out on that 69 Corvette. So I'm really trying to get to where everything is more, you guys know when I'm posting. So I'm trying to get more consistent. As far as the videos go, I don't know, like the actual YouTube. I don't know when a good time to post is on that. So I've been just doing it randomly. But I did buy a 2008. I bought a 2008 Corvette yesterday, 60,000 miles. Automatic, a guy here locally. And this is how you know. This is where me and my dad make this mistake a lot. Now, for me, it's because I'm just used to buying cars from you guys online. But red, of course, every freaking Corvette I buy lately is red. So he lived here locally, so I tried to buy it Friday. Couldn't make a deal happen. The story on this deal, your Redneck Fan Club is here. What's up, Nick? He just bought a 65 Corvette online, and his wife said he needed to make room for his new Corvette coming in, so he had to sell his '08. He went to CarMax. They offered him like 18 grand and some change, I think. Didn't accept it. Was going to sell it to his friend. His friend backed out. Then he went back to CarMax, and they lowered their offer to $15,600. And so then he called me, and he didn't tell me any of this, by the way. So then he called me up, and I made him an offer of $16,000 on it. He didn't take it, said he wanted $18,000 for it. Then he told me about the CarMax situation. I said, man, I don't know. I can't really get there. I'll see what I can do. So he leaves. I call him up the next day because I made a YouTube video yesterday, another day in a life, which this one's going to be really cool. And I called him back in to see if I could close the deal, and we ended up closing the deal on it. But the point of that is, I'm so used to buying cars online these days that I don't take advantage when people bring the car to me anymore. As far as like driving it and really checking it out. I'm just kind of taking your word for the vehicle, eyeballing it in person, but not really driving it and testing it out. But I let my dad do a lot of negotiation on this one because I already tried the first day, and sometimes it's better just to switch it up. And so my dad was going over the car, and he didn't drive it. And the guys already came back and forth twice in it, so I assumed it was all right. And the car is all right, but there's still some stuff to where if I drove the vehicle, if either one of us drove the vehicle, we would have definitely negotiated harder on it. And that is kind of, my dad says, you know too much. We know too much. We think we know it all, that we don't even need to drive the cars. So I need to just remember to take advantage of being actually able to drive the car when it's there. And a lot of you guys are probably, well, why wouldn't you drive it when you buy it? Because I buy a ton of cars without driving them. So it's not a, a couple years ago, of course, I wouldn't even think about buying a car without driving it. But, you don't get to drive. You used to be able to drive cars at auction. If you go to an auction house, you used to be able to drive the cars there and check them out. Now you can't even do that. So like almost every car we buy without driving it. So it's like not an ingrained thing to do, but I just really need to take advantage of the cars that are locally that I can really feel them out. And Ed, you asked me for my email. I typed in my wrong email. Actually, I think this is still my wrong email. Isn't it STINGRAY TX?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ed. I'm a retard. I'm going to try for a third time. One of these is my email. Try them all.
It's Bobby Armore at stingrayalleytx.com.
There we go. There we go. And yeah, Reggie, you are right. A lot of people do trade in their cars knowing that they have issues. That's why I don't really like to do too many trades or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, people are always worried about dealerships scamming people. And there are a lot that do scam people. But it's the consumer that scams the dealership and gets away with it without any downfall. Those are the guys that you really want to watch out for. That's why you go on Facebook Marketplace, lots of junk, lots of engines about to blow up, transmissions about to go out. But yeah, we bought that yesterday. It's red, 08. Overall, the car is really nice. I still haven't drove it. My dad drove it home this weekend. I asked him about it at dinner. I said, hey, how's that Corvette drive? He says, well, it's been 40 years. I thought I knew it all. I'm too smart for myself. Should have drove it. Would have negotiated harder on the car. He told me he replaced the shifter cable because on the automatics they always bust. On the C4 or C5 and C6, the cable linkage busts. He just replaced it, but the shifter's still getting really caught and tight. He says there's some little noise, like a brake or something. So I've already talked to Chris when I met him at the dealership a little bit ago. Told him to we'll put it in the shop Monday and take a look at it. But it was a car I thought we could just put out there and retail it, but not right as it is. So we got that going on. We hopefully have my pace car coming in this week. I still haven't got the title to it, but the shipping has already been paid for, so it's going to be one of those cut down to the wires that hopefully the shipper's probably going to get there before I get the title. I don't know what's taking the mail so long, but hopefully he lets my shippers pick up the car because he's not getting paid till the title comes in. Did that. We sold. This was a crazy. So this is the video that's coming out this week. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I gave you guys some glimpses on our short videos. We sold the 69 blue Corvette, and just how crazy it is, I sold it to Stan. He's a YouTube follower. I sold him the 69, and he lives in Mississippi, which is about 3 states away, but about 10, 11 hours away, driving-wise. Well, I sell it to, we make a deal Tuesday, I believe. I get the car picked up Tuesday night. It's in his garage Wednesday afternoon. That's how quick I do business, if it's possible. Made a deal Tuesday, have the car in his garage Wednesday afternoon. The very next day, 3 states away, he traded in a car. It was the truck I was telling you guys about. If you guys remember last week, that truck that I told you I was thinking about taking on trade. Took that truck on trade, and I sold that truck quicker than anything else. We have never sold a car in history quicker than this one. And that's all I'm going to say for now. Hey, Stan, what's up, buddy? So that's Stan. That's the guy who picked up our 69 Corvette. Was that your Mercedes? He actually hasn't drove it yet. Well, besides him getting it here, the car's been in the shop. The oil sensor was bad on it, the oil sending unit deal. So it's been in the shop. There was no parts in town, so they had to order it. So he hasn't drove it yet, besides unloading it. But that's gonna be a really cool video. So Stan, check out for that. I'll probably text you the link whenever I post it. But yeah, Stan right there, he bought the 69 Corvette. And speaking of deliveries, guess what was finally delivered after about a week and a half? Maroon one convertible. I saw the video with the guy. Oh, okay, you're asking about that S550. Okay, no, yeah, that S550 Mercedes, that was a customer's car. I've sold him 2 Corvettes. He came in trying to buy the 50th anniversary. And that's a long story on that deal. The guy had a maroon one, or was that the guy that he bought the other one? So If you guys watched that video I posted today of negotiations on the red 69 Corvette that I posted, there's a S550 Mercedes there. A customer came in that day trying to buy my 50th anniversary convertible, but when I made him a whole deal. He's a great previous customer of mine. Got a whole deal worked out for him, but Jim is about 80. I think Brett's here. I think Jim's like 80 something years old, and made him a deal on it. He's been trying to move to the Philippines because he's got a 22-year-old girlfriend, 23-year-old girlfriend, and so of course he wants to take off to go to the Philippines. So the only thing holding Jim back is selling his house. His house has been on the market for like a year and a half. Well, we make him a deal Friday on my 50th anniversary. He's supposed to pick it up Saturday morning. He's going to go to the bank, get a loan. If he couldn't get a loan, I was going to carry it myself. But anyways, the deal was done. Well, Saturday rolls around, and I didn't hear from him. I called him. He didn't answer. And I wasn't worried about it. I mean, I've sold him 2 Corvettes. He's good for it. So Monday comes in, and he calls up the dealership, and he says, "You're not going to believe this. I'm going to the Philippines." So what are you talking about? He said, "I sold my house." He said, somebody sold my house a few months back because he just put it on the market last week. He said, "Yeah, somebody must have sold my house a few months back. They made me an offer Saturday morning. I accepted it. I'm going to the Philippines." So he's going to go see his 22, 23-year-old girlfriend.
Those lady boys.
The lady boys. And look, if Mr. Insurance is over here, Brett, come say hello. If you guys need some good insurance quotes, this guy right here.
Okay.
This is live. We're live on YouTube.
Live on YouTube.
Look, I can't see you. All right, this is Brett. He owns a really good insurance place in Corpus Christi. So if any of you guys live in Texas, need some insurance, LA Insurance.
Fine, I was just coming by to say hello to you guys.
Oh, okay.
He needs some life advice, guys. Life advice. A lot of you guys are older, experienced, need some advice.
Coming by to say nice. And they didn't take your trash.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you.
He was my roommate for like
10 years.
8 years, 10 years. Really nice guy. Just had a breakup. He's all sad, so he came over. We live in the same apartment complex. And he's all heartbroken. Maybe you should go to the Philippines with Jim. But this right here, he got out of here as soon as I asked you guys for advice. This right here, this was some really good news. This is one of the best news I've had all weekend. This Corvette right here, my 2011 Corvette with 8,000 miles, finally got delivered. Finally. And poor Mark over here, his wife was telling him that he got scammed, because it is risky buying cars online. It really is. And there are a lot of scams out there. So he obviously sent me a check for the full amount because he lives in Delaware, which is way on the other side of the country from me. Didn't tell his wife he was even buying a Corvette, which that's how you do it. And anyways, she noticed that there was $30-something thousand missing from their account. So he's like, "Well, I bought a Corvette." "Well, when did you buy it?" He's like, "Well, I bought it a week ago." "Well, where is it?" "Oh, well, we're still doing paperwork and waiting on transportation." And anyways, it was like, what took so long is he sent his check regular mail, or priority mail, which is pretty much regular mail these days. It took almost a week for his cashier's check to get in. And then once it got in, I ordered transportation. Well, it was going to be the same transporters that picked up my 69 Corvette. Well, those guys took forever to bring my Corvette, so they kind of put everything behind. And then the people that picked up his Corvette, the truck broke down twice, not once. It broke down 30 minutes outside my town. It was there for like 4 days. Got fixed, drove another hour and a half, broke down again in Texas, and it was there for another 3 days. So meanwhile, his wife's telling him, I think you got scammed. I think you got scammed. And then I'm talking to Mark every day. It's like, Mark, you didn't get scammed. I'm a real dealership. The car's coming to you. This is just kind of the downside of buying stuff. This is just kind of the downside of buying stuff halfway across the country. Things happen on transportations. And I understand where he's coming from. You're real nervous. And especially when everybody's telling you, you really did that? You bought a car without seeing it? You did this, you did that? You don't have the title yet? Well, I didn't send him the title because the cashier's check didn't clear yet. It's like a check. It takes a couple of days. But anyways, finally got delivered last night at midnight. Now, what kind of shipping company thinks in their head, yeah, you know what? Let's deliver a car to a person at midnight. Well, they did. They delivered to him yesterday at midnight. He stayed up and took delivery of it. Called me this morning saying how happy he was, how excited he was. I think he's just really happy he didn't get scammed. And he's like, oh, Bobby, I love it. He said, I've already taken up 100 miles an hour. And so he's real happy with that. And that's kind of a relief off my shoulders. I knew the car was going to him, but I just don't like y'all feeling that anxious about it. That's funny. I bought my first one. The wife was on a trip and I picked it. Good job, Stan. That's the way to do it. You have to. You know, a lot of people always ask, well, I got to talk to my wife. I got to talk about this. It's very rare that a wife or significant other, what have you, is going to be like, you know what, babe, you're right. We don't need to invest $20,000, $30,000. We don't need to save it. We don't need to give it to the kids. You need to spend it all on a sports car for yourself. That's not going to go over very well for most guys. So it's better just to buy it and ask for forgiveness, or in my case, or most guys' case, just buy it. And Mark was like, what's she going to do, leave me? I've been with her 30 years. She ain't going nowhere. Nick, his name, my buddy's place is called LA Insurance. He's actually really good. He's a lot cheaper than about 99% of places here locally. But he can sell it all over Texas. Through the years, I bought many cars with a wife knowing it is easier. Yeah, exactly, Nick. It's easier to ask for forgiveness. When I bought a motorcycle one time, my girlfriend got saying shippers are bad. My 70 was in limbo for a week, and the guy showed up to my residence about 9:30 a.m. on a Sunday, 3 days after arrival. Showed up. Yeah, the shippers are horrible. I mean, none of the ETAs are right. None of them. No ETA is ever right. They show up at the most random times. Think they're doing you a favor. There's no communication. And speaking of that, well, we were just talking about my pace car that I bought. ACV. I ordered this transportation a week ago. Almost a week ago. And I'm glad they haven't contacted to pick it up now, because I was expecting to get my title to this car sooner. So the guy I'm buying my pace car from, he's obviously not going to want to release the car without being paid, which I understand. But he sent the title regular mail, and it's taking so long to get to me. I didn't expect it to be this long. So that's why I ordered transportation already, because as soon as I get the title in, I'm going to wire transfer him the money. But the problem is, like right here, I've already ordered it. It says pickup ETA. What is today? So they're expecting to pick it up yesterday, today, or tomorrow. If I don't get that title in, I don't think. I mean, I hope he's gonna release it because I've already paid for it, and it's not. And if he doesn't let him pick it up, one, it's gonna charge me. Two, it's gonna take another week to even get somebody to go out there and do it. So that's the problem about transportation. That's why I like to use Nate as much as I can. But Nate will only go so far, and he is double the price of all the other transporters. But it works out better if I buy multiple cars. So like in Stan's case, I don't want to give too much information away because I got that video coming out. But in Stan's case, he traded in a car and bought a car. So I'm able to split Nate's transportation costs between the two cars. Whereas if I just did it one way, it's just astronomical. But he's cheaper when I do two cars. If I try to transport a car and transport a car back, it's actually more expensive to go with the cheaper guys. Been married 46 years. Man, that's a lifetime, Nick. Congratulations. How she put up with you, I don't know. You got to give her a medal. Let's see, nobody's saying that one. Redhead, green-eyed Mississippi girl. Nate's awesome. Whenever I'm reading the deals. Hey, Joseph, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, Joseph. I'm glad you like our videos. I'm definitely trying to keep the content good. My biggest thing right now is I know the only way to grow the channel is to post a lot of content. I know that. But at the same time, I don't want to be repetitive and make the same video over and over and over again. So I want to keep the content enjoyable, which is why I can't post, you know, I could post 2 times a week, but it gets a little repetitive after that. Yeah, the shorts are cool. The shorts do get the most followers, but I kind of like making the longer videos. Silver Gold, thank you for tuning in for the first live. Thank you for tuning in for the first live. So we got Joseph and Silver Gold in here. Thank you guys. Yeah, Nate for sure definitely probably will go back up for cruising the coast, Stan. He was talking about that a few times since he's been back. He said, Stan made me feel very welcome over there. I got to go back. And I said, Nate, you got the best job, man. I don't get to meet any of you guys. Dustin, you're crazy, man. I don't get to meet many of you guys in person. Nate gets to meet a lot of you guys. So he's got the good side of the job. You're from Pennsylvania. Watch every video. Very educational. Well, I appreciate that, Joseph. I appreciate that. I do know a little bit of stuff when it comes to Corvettes. Energy contact. Let's see. Is he got this washings? I don't think it. Even if I told her to do that, Dustin, I don't think she would go out there and wash in a swimsuit. I would. She got mad at me a few weeks ago, which, again, when girls get mad, you just brush it off. I want to hire a whole bunch of Twin Peaks or Ojos Locos girls, and then if I was to put on a car show, which I do want to put on a car show eventually, I'm hiring Ojos Locos girls. I'm hiring Twin Peaks girls. Maybe some strippers, ex-strippers, put them in bikinis, washing cars, taking photos. I'm having the whole works. It ain't going to be a regular car show if I put one on. That'll bring some attention. That'd be a good YouTube video. That video would do really good. That is crazy, Stan. 10,000 plus registered classics at a car show. Joseph was born on Joseph. I'm not getting these things for Joseph, you asked to tell me about myself. My dad's had that dealership for 45 years. I've been washing cars there since I was a kid, been selling them for 10 years, and just trying to buy and sell Corvettes and classics. That's all I do. I got no hobbies. This is my hobby. I got no hobbies other than working. See, look, Itzy's watching. She's already getting mad about what I said for my car show. But, okay, so got the 2011 Corvette delivered. Got Stan's Corvette delivered and transported. We got, yeah, you need to put glass in your Camaro. We got I got my 2005, I got my 03 50th anniversary Corvette sold. We sold that yesterday to Rick. He's a YouTube subscriber. Rick, if you're watching, we got that Corvette sold to Rick. He's going to call. He sent me a deposit yesterday. He's going to send me the rest of the money tomorrow. And that is going to, where's Rick live? Michigan. He's going to Michigan. When are you getting a good deal on a, well, let's go with Joseph first. Joseph asks, what do I drive? I drive whatever's got gas in it, Joseph. I drive whatever's got gas in it. I don't have a personal car. You would think I'd have a really cool Corvette or something, but nope. I drive whatever's for sale. I drive whatever's got gas and closer to the gate to get out. Yeah, I just take cars off the lot. When am I getting a good deal on a C8 Z06? I don't know. yeah, exactly, Reggie, exactly. I don't know. I don't know what a good deal is on a C8. I really don't. I can't tell the difference between the prices on them. I've said this a lot in a lot of videos in a lot of places, but and I see a lot of auctions. Like I see just on my last live stream. I live stream auctions every Wednesday morning, which are like Highline auctions that I buy cars from. This last Wednesday they had like 35 C8 Corvettes, which is the most I've ever seen in one auction in one day. Like 35. So that also begs the question, why is everybody unloading them? Like, why are all these car dealers unloading them at auction? Or people in general? So that's one question to keep in the back of your mind. Second point is, you can buy a 2021 for the same price as a 2023. You can buy a 30,000 mile C8 for almost the same price as an 18,000 mile C8. So I don't understand the difference in prices. My girlfriend's cat is messing up the camera. Give me 1 second. Hey, cat. Get out of here. So I don't understand the difference between them. Yeah, my girlfriend's cat was playing with the camera. They're just, and so if somebody's going to spend that much money for a 2003, can you fix it?
Yes.
For 2023, 2023.
Like that?
No, it's not centered. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Let me check the cat quickly.
Why wouldn't you just buy a brand new one for like 5,000 more, 6,000 more? Now, the Z06 is a lot higher. Yeah, I understand that. But I'm just talking about regular, like, 1 LTs, 2 LTs, 3 LTs. They are just so close in price. It doesn't make... I don't know what a deal is. And when it comes to Z06s, there was a whole bunch of Z06s over there at this auction. Again, it's almost the same thing. Just why wouldn't you buy a brand new one? You're going to pay... We saw a whole bunch of them sell between $120 to $130. How much is one brand new? This is wholesale, by the way. How much is a brand new one? Like $145, $150? You're already spending that much money. Why wouldn't you buy one brand new? That's just... I don't know. And speaking of C8s, my buddy Badass 1G, which he's usually on these things, Kevin, he texted me an ad for one locally to him. It was a brand new 2025 Corvette base model for $54,000. I said that is not true at all. I'm telling you, there's a ton of markups in that. That is not the online. That's not the real price. That's the online price. That's not the real price. So he called them up, and he lives in Utah, I think. $2,500 dock fee, plus a couple other thousand fees, and it wasn't a mistake. Wasn't the right price. So one, I don't understand how that really works for a dealership, because you probably get a lot of pissed off people for lying about your price. And then two, it makes it hard to sell cars, because then people try to negotiate with you on your price based off this fake price. So that's the problem about the C8 market, is that dealerships will advertise a price but then not put in that they got a $2,000-$3,000 dock fee. So like when Stan bought my car, which I'm thinking about doing, so if you buy a car in Texas, I have to charge you sales tax, and if I charge you sales tax, I got to charge you a dock fee. So a lot of car dealerships charge like you go to Florida, like $1,500, $1,200, $1,100, $1,000, $900 dock fees. Like I think even like a J&S Auto House, George Saliba, I think they charge like $500-$600 dock fee, which is, I understand the point of a dock fee. Personally, I think most of it should be built into the price, but it is a cushion for the dealership and a cushion for the commission for the salespeople. So I do understand the point of it personally from a business aspect. But when it comes to out-of-state buyers, I waive all of that, because in Texas, you don't pay sales tax if you buy out of state. You pay it in your own state. So there's not much paperwork for me to do other than print it and get you to sign it. So I always don't charge a dock fee, because there's no taxes, and I don't charge a dock. Our normal dock fees was $150 for like 4 years or 40 years, my dad's whole business, until here this year we raised it to $250 on all of our dock fees. But for out-of-state buyers, I don't charge a dock fee. But I don't know. I think I may start, because it's not. A perfect example is what I'm waiting for on this title. A guy mailed me a title for a pace car that I bought. Well, it's been a week. He mailed it a week ago, and I still haven't got it. It's been a week. I can't wait that long for paperwork, checks, and all that kind of stuff. So I have to always overnight or 2 days mail it. Well, with Mark, the guy that bought my 2011 Corvette, I 2-day nighted him FedEx. You know how much that was to 2-day night something and then get a prepaid label for him to mail it back, because I didn't want any costs coming out of his pocket. Because I'm not. You guys are sending me checks for $30,000, $25,000. I'm not gonna be like, hey man, can I borrow $20 for mail? Like, that's stupid in my opinion. But in that case, it cost me $130 to mail all that stuff. So that's not a cost I was thinking about incurring, and that's not it's $130. It's not like gonna kill me, but if I did that on every deal, that would add up a lot. So I don't know. I got mixed feelings about adding dock fees back into out-of-state deals. What do you guys think? I'm going to read these comments real quick. Got so close to finish my Camaro. What would I drive? Taking cars off the lot. Nearby local trade-ins from local dealers. So do I ever buy Corvette trade-ins from local dealers? No, I would if people called me on them. But no big dealership calls me, because they just all hoard them for themselves. And they try to compete with me. So like on my street, there's a used car dealership across from me that they sell, I wouldn't say, It's like a used. It's a used car dealership. They sell later model stuff though. Then that we have a brand new Lithia, which is Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, brand new store, and then across the street from them is a used Dodge, Jeep lot. And then there used to be a BMW dealership a little bit down, but they moved. Well, anyways, point of this is, back in the day when my dad used to sell nothing but Corvettes, they would all call him. But now they kind of try to compete with me. So right now they always try to have a Corvette across the street, and then they always try to have a Corvette at the used lot down the street. They don't call me on them. They try to compete with me on them. So they don't give me options to buy them. And then if they can't sell them, which they can't, they trade them to other franchises or dealerships. So they're putting a strain on the independent. That's it. They don't like to give up their trade-ins anymore. They're holding everything so that independents can't get it. Yeah, so back to what I was the cars I drive. I prefer to do it the way I'm doing right now because that way I can get a feel for all the cars that I'm selling. So I can figure out what's wrong with them or what they need. Incentives are cheaper than used. Yeah, the C8 incentives are getting cheaper than used ones. I should do another video on the 65. The problem about the 65 Mustang I have, which is, I'll show you guys what he's talking about. So we have a fully restored, and I'm talking about like a real restoration. Like if you tried to put this car together, it would cost you over $100,000. If you try to put this car together. This is the Mustang Nick's talking about. So, and the one I talked about at the beginning of the video, where we took our Porsche to an auction and my dad fell in love with this and bought this car. This is a complete rotisserie restoration nut and bolt. The problem with a car like this is the only way to get this kind of money, we got it online for $65,000. The only way to get this kind of money out of this car is to take it to an auction. I did have a guy offer my dad $55,000 for it a few months after we bought it, but my dad is so in love with it that he did not accept it. But this thing is freaking clean. Underneath the car is spotless. 289, 4-barrel, factory air. Look at it. Look how clean that is. Man, I haven't seen these photos in a long time. Then there's a whole restoration of it right there. So yeah, the market is flooding with the C8s. I'm trying to read everybody's comment. Sam's got to get his. What state do you live in, Ed? In Texas and a lot of other states, you got to pay sales tax no matter what when you go to put the title in your name. And so all I had to do pay tax, title, not base tax. Age is a price less than sales tax. Mississippi, all I had to do. Did you already get your deal transferred, Stan? Had a doc fee on out-of-state sales. Make him pay something. So it seems like a good majority on the consensus is to add a doc fee, which is no problem really. The problem lies into, I guess, if I was selling a car for $10,000 out of state, I would assume the guy already knows he doesn't have to pay sales tax. I'm assuming that's a big assumption, but I say that in all my videos. If you live out of state, you don't got to pay sales tax or fees. So if I have a car for sale for $10,000 and he wants to offer me $9,000, and say I accept it, okay? And then he wants to send me the money and say, okay, well, you gotta send me $9,250. And they, well, what do you mean $250? Where'd that $250 come from? I said, well, that's our doc fee. I don't want to sneak that up on somebody. That's my only deal about it. But I don't know. Seems like C706 are up overpriced. Yeah, I don't. That C6 or C706 is it's a rare breed kind of car. I've been doing a lot of research on those lately. Priced all over the place. Priced all over the place on the C706s. So I point to a local guy in the club that knew my car. I was concerned reading on the trans. And that's a cheap car. Paying nice. Yeah, it did for Friday. Awesome. You changed it quick. Sexy 69. Awesome. You got the perfect tag for your Corvette, Stan. Sexy 69. You should advertise it. No taxes. I didn't know that. Yeah, a lot of my videos, I do say if you buy out of state, you don't have to pay any sales. Well, you have to pay sales tax in your own state. You don't have to pay any Texas sales tax. So, whatever taxes they charge you, you'll have to cover that in your own state. As far as buying a car from Texas, other states may have different laws, but that is the law in Texas. Now, the benefit to doing that, by the way, is now the government has gotten semi-smart to where they put your car, they can't do it on older cars, but like on newer cars, they have a system to where they have values and this and that. So if you go in there and tell them you paid $5,000 for a $30,000 car, they're going to still charge you taxes on $30,000. But when you buy a classic car or something like that, they don't really have values for that. So you can kind of go and tell them, hey, maybe you didn't pay $20,000 for it. Maybe you tell them you paid $10,000 for it, and you only pay taxes on that. So that's one benefit of buying out of state, is you can tell them what you paid for it. There's no sheet from the dealership that has the actual sale price. I mean, there is a sheet. Whether you give it to them or not, that's a different question. That's when it didn't work, though. They broke out the book. They broke out a book for a classic. That's wild. They're strict down there. They're strict where I'm at, but that's really strict. So we got my 50th anniversary. We got that sold. That is going to Michigan, so I need to start. This is my luck on cars too. So when I was selling the car, or showed him the car, one of the headlight motors, on the C5s, they get that like grinding sound. Well, you guys may know if you've never had one, but they have electric motors in there, and they start grinding when they're going out, like buzzing almost. And so I told him about it. I said, don't worry about it. I already got the part ordered. That's getting fixed. Well, the part came in to fix it. And so I was showing the mechanic, which headlight it is. Well, the other side stopped working altogether. So now I had to order another headlight for motor for that one. Oh, yeah. They really get you on tech. So, like, there's another side to that. So you can buy a junk car for, like, say you bought one for $2,000. And the book value is $8,000, but you really only paid $2,000. They'll still charge you taxes on $8,000, just whatever that book says. And before I forget, Ed, did you get my right email? Because I know I typed it in like 3 times wrong. So I think this week the main goal is going to be get my new C6 into the shop tomorrow. Get that one in the shop. Got a little shifter problem. And that's kind of, I have mixed feelings about putting prices about what I pay online because it's not the real price. So like in the YouTube video that I made yesterday, it won't be out till like a week and a half from now. Be not this week's, but next week's video. You're obviously going to see the price that I paid. I haven't put together, but I'm going to put the price that I paid for the car in there. But it's not the real price because I obviously have to get it fixed, cleaned up, oil changed, serviced. So the real price is unknown. Actually, I don't even know how much I'm going to have in it after. I don't know if it's going to be an $800 fix, $500 fix, $1,000 fix, $1,500. I don't know, right? So it kind of leaves like a thing, right? If you watched that video and you saw I paid X amount, but now you see it online for X amount, man, this guy's really trying to make a lot of money off that car. But there's no context on what I've spent in between there, and all that stuff. So I got mixed feelings about putting prices online because it looks like I'm getting these cars cheaper than, and then they're not accounting shipping and all this other stuff into it. I know a lot of car dealers. Some don't put, like, they make video. I see other dealers. I know George says the price a lot, but he posts so many videos that you'd have to like really take a notepad and really kind of keep track of all the prices he have. But my inventory is really low, and I don't sell cars. They don't get in and out. They sit for like 30 to 45 days. So I don't know. It's a lot easier to keep track of the prices on my cars. So I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it. I sold my 2022 Camaro, wholesaled that one to a car dealer. All right, what did you say, Dustin? That happened to me on a 2008 Nissan 350Z. I bought it privately for $9,000, wrote $1,500 title. He said, "Well, you're not dumb anymore, and you'll be charging tax." Yeah, that's crazy. Unless you include shipping, what it costs to fix. Shipping, looking for the car, fine. The problem with that, Ed, is I don't know what the price of fixing it will be as I'm posting the videos, because the videos aren't like in real time. So like this video I posted today, this one,
Saving money feels right. Just like when things are packed tidy inside.
I'm getting hit with my own ads.
Fits your budget and your needs.
This one right here. So that car's sold. Hope you guys subscribe. That car's sold. This car's sold. This car next to it sold. So this video is from like 2.5 weeks ago. And I finally just got it all put together. So by the time I post, the point of this is, by the time I posted the video, like I've already 2 weeks have gone by, a week and a half, 2 weeks, to where I've spent money fixing it in there. No serious interest. I've had a lot of messages asking for shipping on that truck. Now, one, luckily I'm not too worried about it because it's not my truck, it's on consignment, so I have no money invested in it. Two, shipping on that thing is going to be really difficult because it takes up the space of like 2 cars and it's really heavy. So it's hard for me to give people prices on that, shipping on that truck. So I've had a lot of people asking me for shipping quotes, and I've given them rough prices, but I've also let them know it's going to take a little bit before we can even get it, find a shipper for it, because it's not an easy vehicle to ship. And that's definitely one that I would assume you'd want to check that one out because it's a diesel. Man, my friend didn't even say anything. I'm over here drinking out of a Direct Auto Insurance cup. Brett, If you're watching this, you're probably not. Probably crying. Need some LA insurance cups, man. But yeah, so I think that's what we got going on. Got to get Stan's truck out of the shop, hopefully. That's that really cool. So I'll show you guys here. Yeah. So this is Stan's truck that he traded in. This beautiful Chevy. So I gotta get this one out of the shop. Perfect. I gotta get this one out of the shop for Nate. Gotta get that one out. So I got Chris's shop slam packed full of stuff right now. Send It Performance. I got that Chevy truck. I got another truck in there that this has been a nightmare. Dodge, a 13. Listen to this story. So I bought a 2013 Dodge 1500 like 2.5 years ago. Sold it to a customer. I forget what this actual story was. I think he was running away from the police and ended up crashing into something, and he had insurance on it. He defaulted on his payments, but the insurance still covered it, which was awesome. And I go to pick up the truck because they let me know the truck was done. They spent like $12,000 to $15,000 on repairs on this truck. I only sold the truck for like $12,000. Why the insurance company didn't total the truck and pay me a check is beyond me. Why they paid all that money, I have no clue. But anyways, got the truck in. There was something not right with it. Like you could tell something wasn't right with the truck. So anyways, I sold it to a really good customer of mine, Roger. And obviously I let him know of everything up front. What happened, here's all the whole repair. It was like, I literally got $15,000 worth of work done to it. But there was like a misfire, a weird misfire. Well, anyways, he bought it like that, knowing everything. About 4 months go by, and his engine goes out. I was like, well, great. So, he was making all his payments, and he came right. When you buy a car from me, especially if I'm financing it personally in-house, and you come with the right attitude, I'll work with you as much as possible. So he came in, he did everything perfect, because I still want to pay the truck, and I still am going to pay the truck. I just don't have all the money for a new engine. And I really wanted to work with him because we all knew there was something kind of off about it. So anyways, we spent $6,000. We buy a brand new engine for him. We split it, the cost of it, and we financed the rest for him. But put a brand new $6,000 engine in this truck. He gets it. About 2 weeks later, engine goes out on a brand new engine. I had to warranty that one. So that was in the shop for a while. So anyways, this truck's been in and out of the shop for different reasons for probably about 50% of the time that he's owned it. So they got a third engine. So he bought it with the first engine, messed up, put a $6,000 engine in it, put that one in. He had it for, I think about a month or two. Car overheated, blew head gasket. So now he's on his fourth engine in this stupid Ram truck. And Roger has been such a great customer. He's never really complained once to me about it. He's only been thankful that I put a $6,000 engine in it, working with him. But the last few months, it's been really tough on him because he is a construction worker, obviously needs a truck, or carpenter, whatever he does. And so he's been getting a little wishy-washy, upset that he hasn't had a truck or is going in and out. finally, and it's been at Chris's shop. Chris is doing all the work, all the warranty work. But the problem is, this is his third engine on a warranty. Like, there's no 3 engine that go out like that. So Chris says, screw it, I'm going through everything, and it's so we don't, like, they're not gonna give us another engine. So he did new water pump, new radiator, new hoses, putting all this extra stuff on it just to be sure, and didn't charge us any labor at all. And that's why I use Chris, because he's the most stand-up mechanic I can get. But the parts came out to like $1,000 and some change, which Roger was not expecting because everything was supposed to be under warranty. So now I'm helping him out again. He's paying half, and then I forget when he told me he's going to pay the other half to us, but we're going to cover that so he can get his truck back. So I need to get that truck out of the shop. I got a transmission rebuild in Chris's shop as well. This was another jacked up deal. Took this Tahoe on trade. Engine and transmission were rebuilt. Had a lot of miles on it, but the engine and transmission rebuilt. Transmission went out a month after these people purchased it. So we are getting it rebuilt for them, helping them out. So that should be done this week. Get that car out. Get my C5 headlights in and out of there. Get my C6 in there. I just don't want to jam-pack them. So that's my biggest problem, besides transportation, is the repair end. Is I can't put too many cars into one shop, because then they don't get worked on. They're just stuck. So I have to like spread them out. So that's kind of what Itzy and my dad handle after I send them there, or however they get there. As far as repos, they handle that. But just keeping track of the cars is almost a job of itself. It's like at the different locations in the process. So I guess my goal for this week is to get cars out of mechanic shops. That's the main goal. And we're really low on cars, so look at trying to buy. Now this is a double-edged sword too. So we are summertime, and I've told you guys a few times, every month that starts with a J is really bad for sales. July, June, January. I don't know when I went backwards, but really bad for car sales. So I don't want to go in and buy a whole bunch of cars right now, knowing that we're going to sit on them and that the market is really slow. But at the same time, it's hard to make YouTube videos without any cars, and it's hard to even, you can't sell cars if you don't have them. So you need cars to sell cars, but I know the market's going to be slower, so I don't know. So I think I'm just going to really focus on the sports cars right now, instead of like the cheaper cars, I guess. But I do make more, so that's the other side. I make more money off those cars than I do the sports cars. So just gotta debate on what stuff, but I definitely do need some more Corvettes in here and classics. That is a given. But yeah, that's the weekly recap. Any other questions before we sign off over here? Anything else you guys want to talk about? Because if not, I still got some stuff to do and some videos to edit. I think we're gonna go live Wednesday. We're gonna go live Wednesday for auction as usual. I'm trying to get this video of Stan's Corvette and the 72. I'm gonna have that out this week, hopefully. But this is gonna be a really long video. It is gonna be a long video. It's gonna be a really good video. So I don't know if I want to post it Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, but I want to post 2 videos a week, so I got to kind of post it Thursday, which seems like a weird day to post. But anyways, just keep a lookout for those, and as always, guys, thank you so much. Like this stream, go watch some of my other videos, and it really helps me out. Ed, I'll keep a lookout for your email. Everybody else that's watching, y'all take care. Have a good night. Can we get a video? That's the one coming out this week. That's the one coming out this week, is the prank on my dad. So, thank you guys so much. Keep looking out for this video. Y'all take care.